Longfellow baking extravaganza, we are going savory. I chose Fanny Longfellow's Filet de Boeuf recipe, which is essentially beef tenderloin steaks. There is bacon involved, I promise. It's a really good recipe for an intimate dinner, a special anniversary, or maybe a small romantic holiday. And the cut of steak is not necessarily the cheapest, but it makes for a delicious and impressive meal. Of course, Fanny's recipe wasn't written for the home cook. It wasn't even written for her, in fact. It would have been made for people who already knew how to cook, and we had to do a lot of adapting for a modern kitchen. After doing that adapting, it's a quick recipe. To try to stay as authentic as possible, I went to the great translator of French recipes, Julia Child. She's got a whole chapter on beef in here. She explains French for filet really means tenderloin for Americans. So I'll take you through how to cut down the meat to get the steaks, how to prepare it, and how to make yourself a delicious and as authentic as possible meal.
For this recipe, you'll need 4 beef tenderloin steaks about 2 inches thick, 4 tablespoons of lard, or you can use butter, a 10-ounce bag of small pearl onions peeled, 2 shallots diced, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 8 ounces of mushrooms chopped, 4 tablespoons unsalted butter, 5 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 4 cups of beef broth, 1 cup of dry white wine, like Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc, and 2 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh parsley leaves. If you bought an entire beef tenderloin like us, you'll need to take a minute to prep it. Remove the silver skin by sliding a butter knife under the silver tissue, releasing it from the meat. Take a paper towel to grip the silver skin and remove it in one sheet. Or you may need to repeat it to get all of the silver skin. We divided our tenderloin into steaks from the American Porterhouse section, each about 2 inches thick. That left us with 4 steaks, enough for leftovers. Liberally salt and pepper your steaks, and don't forget to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Cut 4 small slits with a knife into the steaks and place dollops of lard in the slits. This is to keep it moist, but if we were to repeat this recipe, we would skip this step entirely and simply lather the steaks in the fat of our choice. Make sure you add some of the fat of your choice, lard in our case, to the pan, put the steaks in it, and add pearl onions for baking. Cook for about 17 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 120 degrees. Place the pan on the stovetop on medium-high heat. For now, remove the fillets, but keep all the juices and pearl onions in the pan. Add shallots and mushrooms and salt it, and then saute until the onions are translucent and mushrooms are starting to brown, about 7 minutes. Saute garlic for about 30 seconds, then remove everything from the pan. We added another step here where we browned the steaks in a new pan. We wanted them to have more color, but did not want to burn the fond in the original pan. So put a couple tablespoons of fat in the pan to brown on each side, about 2 minutes per side. Later on, we'll deglaze this pan. To make the gravy, we first need to make a roux. So put butter and flour in the first pan over medium heat, stirring frequently until the roux has turned golden and smells nutty, about 5 to 8 minutes. While doing that, deglaze the pan you used to brown the steaks by adding a bit of broth and scraping up the fond. Add this back to the beef broth. Return to your roux. Slowly add beef broth back to the pan, whisking it so that it combines with the roux, and make sure you scrape up any of the bits or the fond on the bottom. This is what makes gravy delicious. Add the white wine for a little vibrancy. Salt and pepper to taste, and bring the gravy up to a simmer on medium-high until it's thickened, about 5 minutes. This will cook off the alcohol and reduce your gravy. You can test the consistency of your gravy by placing a spoon in it. If it coats the back of the spoon, it's probably right. If it gets too thick, thin it out with more broth, and remember that it'll get thicker as it cools. Return your fillets and your vegetables back to the pan, and bring the steak back to temperature. I'm aiming for a temperature of 35 degrees Fahrenheit or medium rare. The USDA recommends that you cook your beef until it reaches an internal temperature of 145 degrees. Add parsley to garnish and get ready to serve. Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna give her a slice. Oh, look at that. It has good color on the inside, just like I like it. I'm gonna get myself a couple of onions, some of the mushrooms that are in here. I'm a bit of a gravy fiend, so I'm going to use a lot. Those little bits are for me. Oh, very good. All right, now it is time to try this delicious looking meal. My romantic candlelight filet de boeuf drenched in gravy. That is like intense flavor across the board. You've got the gravy making everything sweet and delicious. Let me try one of these mushrooms. So if you've had gravy at Thanksgiving dinner with a turkey, doing it with dark meat just like pow, umps the flavor even more. So if you want to wow someone, this does not take a lot of time. Highly recommend. We also made these delicious little croutons to sop up the gravy afterwards. Quite romantic. And there you have it, a modern take of Fanny Longfellow's Filet de Boeuf. I hope you're able to enjoy it with someone special and have a delicious holiday. From everyone here at Longfellow House, Washington's headquarters National Historic Site, happy holidays.